So the Incarnation Cross is a signpost, not a goal. It's going to reveal your life's work, your life's purpose. And our activity is expressed as our purpose. It's captured in this Incarnation Cross. You can see that this is the vessel of love, all the love gates in the G center, higher self. So that person is impersonally loving towards all that is. That's part of their role. It's going to play out differently depending on what their profile is. So Ra would call it the costume that we wear is our profile, our sun-earth line values. So it's not something, he says, that we're entitled to. It's something that's not necessarily even inevitable, because obviously your 6-line being, you die well before your Saturn. You have no way of living out the fullest, highest incarnative purpose of that lifetime. For you yourself, your soul's purpose, of learning perhaps, but not the fullest expression of the Incarnation Cross. So big shoes, think of, big clothes that you're going to grow into. And you grow into it by operating in alignment. They don't automatically emerge as we go through the deconditioning process. It is what we be, remember? It's the broadcasting of our light and how we ground that light into the form, into the world, into manifestation of expression. But this happens when we function as our unique, differentiated self, that the theme of your Incarnation Cross will start to express itself through us and reveal your purpose in this lifetime. There's 192 possibilities. Remember, this is 70% of the energy that makes you who you are. So we can call it, at the BG5 Business Institute, we call it our life's work. So you can see here with Ra and his Incarnation Cross, you see that he's got, those centers are defined, but then he's got these activations, 3 of which are in a center that is defined, and 1 of which is not. When a Incarnation Cross gate is in an undefined center, it's showing a light, in this case, that is only for specific others, those who are receptive to his ability to be an expert on understanding the mysteries of life. In this line specifically, it's about occult knowledge. Anywhere there's a gate with an undefined center, that is where you have the potential to profit. Ra sold us a system that was inspirational by getting to the bottom and laying out the details of the mysteries in life. And that's part of his work as a clarion. That was his Incarnation Cross. So the purpose of the life unfolds over time. It's not like when you're first born that you have the possibility of filling those big roles and stepping into those big shoes. The archetypal expression of the cross is going to be unique to you. The design, it's calculated at 88 degrees of the sun, or 89 days approximately, before you actually were born. And this is the nature of our unconscious biogenetic inheritance, your direct inheritance genetic lineage. So when we look at this foundation for developing awareness, the design gates of the cross, your cross, will provide the foundation for your life's work in your development of awareness. So it depends on the line value, it depends on the gates, on what those themes are. And this is how we're here to be, broadcast and also ground our life's work from the body side, our unconscious genetic expression. Now, one of the great misunderstandings of the design side is this idea that we cannot be aware of it because it's unconscious. It means that your mind can't be aware of when it's going to show up or how it's going to show up. We can't write the story there. This body expression, your unconscious sun-earth, is not unconscious to the body. It's only unconscious to your personality. So we are kind of oblivious to it unless enough other people have come and said, hey, do you know you do this? Do you know you do this? Until it's pointed out enough by, maybe an analyst or someone in design, where we begin to observe the life of the body's own genetic inheritance and expression. And it'll unpack itself over the life, if this is a 6th line especially. And it'll slowly reveal itself to your personality's awareness. So as you get older and you're living in alignment, what you'll notice is that you'll be more comfortable with this body that the personality is riding around on. Being more congruent in alignment with the body means that you have more ease and flow as you live out the expression of your great big purpose. Again, not a guarantee, but something that organically happens over time. So it's a great mystery, and we can't write the script. Ra was very clear not to write the script of your own movie, but to sit back and watch what happens when you operate in alignment. So your personality, it's calculated at the moment of birth. And this is what we have conscious access to and what we think about all the time, whether it's defined. And so we have a very limited, narrow, fixed, like this 51 over here, expression of it. Highly specialized, you could also say. Both the 51 and the 57 is something that is very locked into the personality construct of what you think of as yourself. Remember, this personality, the soul's incarnative purpose, is something that is witnessing and watching. It's not the decider. It's the observer, the passenger. So when we look at the sun and earth, what they stand for is the potential expression of your life's trajectory. That's that arm, the conscious arm of the cross. And as we looked last month, you would see that this, wherever that personality sun is, in whatever quarter of the wheel it is, shows the fulfillment through, either through the learning or the fulfillment, depending on which area of the quarter it's in, of that mind's process in Ra's case. And so in the beginning of the human design experiment, unless you were blessed with good fortune and good luck to be raised correctly, you happen to be raised correctly, what happens is this is what we express, this tangled web of concerns and fears and whatever the case may be about things that we think we have to do in order to ensure our survival. That is the big difference between a 7-centered being and a 9-centered being. 9-centered being is not here to be preoccupied with survival, but to be aware of the flow of energies, be more available to respond, initiate, what have you, whatever is correct for you, in congruency with the flow of life. So the mind and its mental constructs, its mental shadows, and what it thinks of as itself and its realities, slowly that web starts to untangle as you live in alignment with your truth. So as you read through your own incarnative cross and its life work, remember on the slides are going to be a generality. You yourself are a specificity. You may or may not recognize it. And remember, it's not a guarantee. First, we must clean off the windows of your view so that you're not operating from this mental construct that thinks, it knows, it has to, must, should. And coming back home to embodiment, the expression of this body, the vehicle, and its life. It's one precious life that it has. Soul, incarnative, comes back life after life after life. But the body and its crystal is melted down in the core of the earth, Ra says, in order to build a brand new, we all get brand new evolved vehicles. That's how we've been able to evolve and grow.